Right now at 10, shooter identified. The latest on the suspect who opened fire at a private school in Madison this morning. Plus, a community in shock. We've got live TV coverage coming up.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski.
Just before 10:57 a.m., shots rang out at Abundant Life Christian School. 3 people were killed, including the shooter, 6 others injured, 2 critically. The suspect, reportedly a 17-year-old female, was found dead inside the building. Reports that the ATF are now running a trace on the firearm to figure out where the gun came from. And President Joe Biden calling the shooting shocking and unconscionable and demanded action from Congress. And now let's go live to Ken, who's in Madison and who has been covering all the latest updates in this shooting. Ken, what else have we learned?
Well, good evening to you, Emily. We're standing outside the Abundant Life Christian School, the private nonprofit K through 12, actually pre-K through 12 they have here at this facility. Tonight, Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes confirms that the shooter is in fact a 15-year-old female student by the name of Natalie Rupnow, who apparently went by Samantha at school. And get this, it was actually a second grader at Abundant Life Christian who made the 911 call to police at exactly 10:57 a.m. to report the shooting. At about 11 a.m., officers arrived on scene and soon after found 1 student and 1 teacher dead. They found the shooter as well, who was later pronounced dead en route to the hospital. Now, Madison officers say they did not fire any shots, so the implication here is that upon getting to the scene, they saw the shooter already down. He says, Chief Barnes says the shooter opened fire with a handgun. It was in a classroom that was conducting a study hall around 11 a.m. So the area had a mix of different grades present. Abundant Life, once again, K through 12, so a wide variety of ages here. 2 students do remain hospitalized with critical injuries. They are in life-threatening condition. 4 others, they were a teacher and 3 other students. They received non-life-threatening injuries and were told 2 of those 4 people have since been released from the hospital. They did not specify which one. The other 2 who are still in the hospital, though, with those non-life-threatening injuries, they are reported to be in stable condition. At that briefing tonight at around 8:30, Barnes says the officers who responded to today's tragedy are still reeling from it as well. And of course, the community at large, they're going to be working around the clock to try and find answers for this community.
I can tell you that it's not over. I can tell you that our officers and our detectives and our investigators will have to be told to go home.
So there has been some online chatter on social media about a possible Google Doc that reports to be potentially a manifesto of the suspect. That was not confirmed by Chief Sean Barnes tonight. They are working to authenticate that, so no concrete details there. Now, the school does not allow guns on its grounds. They did not specifically say this is labeled a gun-free zone here in the city of Madison, but that was the implication that historically guns are not on this school campus. Barnes says as well, there's no reason to believe the parents here of the shooter are going to be charged with a crime or are culpable, because right now they've been cooperating fully with investigators throughout the course of the day, and officers did get to their home on the north side to interview them, and we believe those interviews are still ongoing as the investigation goes. But definitely a trying time for this community, and Grace Monk joins me now. Grace, you have been speaking with parents and community members this evening.
Yeah, Ken. Just now I was speaking with some UW-Madison students who held a vigil for the victims today, and they say law enforcement arrived on scene this morning around 11 a.m. Students were evacuated and taken to a nearby clinic to wait for their parents. All surviving students have been reunited with their families. Madison's PD are still processing the scene, but they've opened up the sidewalks near the school. These UW-Madison students said they set up the vigil to honor students. They say that they want the community to remember them for who they were, and not just as people, but people with stories and names and people that were loved. So very powerful message. there will be several vigils held across the city tomorrow as well.
Now, we had some interviews as well. Are we able to take any of that footage this evening?
I believe we were having some trouble with that, but we should have that for our morning show.
Absolutely, and like we said, there have been some unofficial vigils here. Chief Barnes actually said that people should be advised to essentially stay away from the area and not conduct those. You can see behind us, the police tape is still out here because this is still an active investigation. This is, even though the scene has been cleared, there's still been evidence collection and things of that sort. So this is still a very active, ongoing case that will provide more questions than answers at this point when it comes to the shooter's motive and things like that. So plenty more to dive into. There's going to be another briefing at Fire Station 14 where we were live in Madison earlier today. That's going to be 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So lots to still investigate from police, FBI, other agencies. But for now, for Grace, I'm Ken Kozorowski live on the east side of Madison. Emily, back to you.
All right, thank you, Ken. In the meantime, politicians statewide continue to react to the shooting. Governor Evers says there are no words to describe the devastation and heartbreak we feel today. Kathy and I join the people of Wisconsin in praying for the families of loved ones whose lives were so senselessly taken. The governor also ordering flags to be lowered in honor of the victims. This is a video we shot earlier. You can see the flag is lowered at the La Crosse County Courthouse. Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin said, "I have been briefed on the active shooting at Abundant Life Christian School in Madison, and my heart goes out to all those impacted." And Congressman Derek Van Orden says, in part, "I am shocked by the reports of a shooting at Abundant Life Christian School in Madison. Sarah Jane and I are praying for the students, teachers, and families impacted." Today's shooting marks the 83rd school shooting in 2024. And even more sobering is that this past Saturday marked 12 years since the shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Connecticut.
We've had a cloudy evening and pretty much for the day. A little breezy conditions out there this evening. As noted in Ken's report, you can hear the wind kind of blowing in the background. So we've had that, but that'll die down overnight. You'll wake up with actually above average temperatures this time of year to see it, but colder than we've had recently in the mid-20s there. We'll climb up to about 30 with a little bit of sun potentially for La Crosse area before we get more cloud cover coming in at noon. Get about 31, pretty close to where we should be, kind of typical temperatures to see this time of year. Similar story Eau Claire, but I don't think they'll see much in the way of any sun in the morning time. We'll get up to about 30 with that west wind. Continue overnight breezy conditions, but it should die off a little bit during the morning hour. Now overnight, there's your high temperatures today. Once again, 40s. We started off pretty warm. We got back in the 40s. Most areas where they had no snow, even further southwest, in the upper 40s too. But that'll change eventually. There's your cloud cover overhead. Temperatures slowly lowering, but overall not too bad. As we zoom out, really the system we're watching is well to the west yet, just coming into focus in Montana. That's for tomorrow afternoon or evening. Otherwise, this cold front's kind of situated just to our southeast. So we're going to kind of track out, time out when you'll see that light snow for tomorrow. That system, and we got a potentially stronger one coming for Thursday too.
Okay, thank you, Greg. The Minnesota man who murdered his ex-partner will be sentenced tomorrow. In November, a Winona jury found Adam Fravel guilty of killing Madeline Kingsbury. He faces life in prison after the murder convictions. A Minnesota judge is allowing the sentencing to be televised, which is typically prohibited in Minnesota courtrooms. A Barron County couple were both found dead in a residence after a supposed altercation between the two. According to a post from the Barron County Sheriff's Department, the couple was separated and there was an active case in the court system. An altercation occurred and both were found dead from apparent stab wounds. Michael was found with a knife next to him. The investigation is still ongoing. A Sparta man accused of driving intoxicated in a crash that killed a construction worker is bound over for trial. 25-year-old Isaac Morales Jr. has pled not guilty. He faces 6 felonies, including first-degree reckless homicide and homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle. Authorities found alcohol and marijuana at the crash site, according to the criminal complaint. Morales Jr.'s license had been revoked for a previous OWI conviction. The Board of Public Works has voted unanimously to expand the pay-to-park hours for the parking ramps. Currently, the ramps are $1 per hour from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on weekdays with free weekends. The passed proposal will expand those hours from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Monday through Saturday. According to online city documents, the change could generate another $225,000 a year in city revenue. Well, new housing solutions could help La Crosse's plan of zero homelessness. Pathways Home says 52 units of specialized housing for the unsheltered are in the works. This includes 28 units by Cooley Cap and Coruna by 2026. Most units will be open by 2025, with some offering 24/7 care. A surge shelter is also in the works. It'll temporarily hold the homeless until they get connected to resources.
Some of these projects we're talking about are still 2 years away from housing, so we want to make sure we have an option for folks to have a place to stay that is warm and safe until housing units are ready.
Right now, the only shelters available in La Crosse are the Salvation Army and Catholic Charities. Pathway says their goal is to have zero unsheltered living in La Crosse by next year. The Wisconsin Red Cross is offering up a Super Bowl trip. Right now, the agency is facing a seasonal decrease in donations. But to help spur interest, they say if you donate between January 1st through the 26th, you'll be entered for a chance to win a trip for two to the Super Bowl in New Orleans. Donald Trump addressed the media for the first time from Mar-a-Lago since the election today. What he has to say on multiple hot-button topics right after the break.
At By Goff and Rohde, we know reputation is important, and it can affect your case's outcome. If you want your case to be taken seriously, you need lawyers who are taken seriously. By Goff and Rohde, serious injuries need serious lawyers.
You come alive in the dead of winter and start work early on snow days, because snowed in is not an option. The Kubota Snow lineup of compact tractors, RTVs, and versatile attachments are built to move, plow, blow, and thrive in the winter. So when the snow falls, you could rise to meet it.
Right now, receive 0% APR for 60 months and up to $2,300 off BX Series tractor packages. Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships in Menominee, Baldwin, Osseo, and Arcadia.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event. Time for exclusive offers on your favorite Ford trucks, including F-150, part of the best-selling trucks in America for 47 years. Ford F-Series. Get holiday ready with all-weather features that make life easier, like heated seating, a heated steering wheel, and remote start. Great deals on your favorite Ford trucks. That's how you get holiday ready. Get up to $88.45 in total savings or lease F-150 for just $399 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
The lawyer you choose makes a difference because you get this one chance to get this right, and you want somebody that's going to fight for you and get you the resolution that you need. I'm so glad that I called BGR.
President-elect Donald Trump spoke about a number of issues important to him at Mar-a-Lago Monday. Trump answered questions for more than an hour in his first news conference since winning the election. Christian Benavides has more details from West Palm Beach, Florida.
President-elect Donald Trump was joined by SoftBank CEO Masayoshi Son, who announced plans to invest $100 billion in U.S. projects over the next 4 years.
He's doing this because he feels very optimistic about our country since the election.
The announcement kicked off a wide-ranging news conference that touched on the border wall Trump started in his first term, with the president-elect addressing President Biden's decision to sell off unused portions of the wall.
It's almost a criminal act. They know we're going to use it, and if we don't have it, we're going to have to rebuild it, and it'll cost double what it cost years ago, and that's hundreds of millions of dollars.
Trump also questioned the government's handling of the mysterious drones which have appeared in the night skies over the Northeast.
I can't imagine it's the enemy, because if it was the enemy, they'd blast it out. Even if they were late, they'd blast it. Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people, and they should.
Trump was asked about Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s opposition to vaccines, his pick to lead Health and Human Services.
Bobby is he's a very rational guy. I found him to be very rational. No, nothing, you're not going to lose the polio vaccine. That's not going to happen.
RFK Jr. is meeting with senators for the first time this week ahead of confirmation hearings. Cristian Benavides, CBS News, West Palm Beach, Florida.
Now, Trump also said he would consider a pardon for New York City Mayor Eric Adams, who is facing federal fraud and corruption charges. A government agency is trying to make flying easier for those with disabilities. The latest on the Department of Transportation's latest rule.
And we definitely have a dry morning commute, but your evening commute could more look like that with some snow here. We'll kind of time out when to expect it, how much, and that next storm that's coming on Thursday, too. All that coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
There are many reasons to join the Y. Building endurance, losing weight, strengthening your heart. When you join the Y, you're committing to more than simply becoming healthier. You're supporting the values and programs that strengthen community. Join the Y today.
It's not very often a fella gets to offer the best products in the marketplace at a price lower than most others. When I look at this beautiful showroom, when I consider the quality of our products and the team of 80 exceptional professionals, we should be higher priced, but we're not. If you have any doubts for your next home improvement project, you should contact the Board Store today. It's not all the sales and discounts, it's the bottom line that counts, and you'll get no better bottom line than at the Board Store Home Improvements.
Andy Pitts here at Chrysler Winona, and we're clearing the lot for construction on our new dealership during the Wrap Up the Year sales event. A new Ram 1500 Crew Cab Bighorn with heated seats, remote start, and Apple CarPlay, just $429 per month with $1999 down. Or buy up to $12,500 off MSRP. Need more power? A new Ram HD Crew Cab, up to $13,000 off MSRP. So come see us at our new location, Highway 61, Winona.
Welcome to the rustic side of Black River Furniture Outlet, Western Wisconsin's Cabin Store. Buy unique, one-of-a-kind pieces made in the USA, featuring aspen, hickory, barnwood, and specialty woods like walnut and maple burrow. Top dining sets, bars and bar stools. Find epoxy pieces, coffee and end tables. Cabin furniture bedroom sets in king, queen, full, or twin. Bunk beds and case pieces to match. Huge selection in stock to take home or deliver today. Family and veteran owned, Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
Cedar Creek now offers Trackman golf simulators. So real, you'll think you're there. Trackman uses Doppler radar to improve your game shot after shot and lower your score. Golf, some of the most iconic courses in the world. Sign up today. Winter leagues start in January. Tee times booked online only. The season continues.
Become a better you with the help and support of the Y. Join us for Interval Zone, a high-intensity interval class to give you a total body workout. Try small group training and work out with a few friends. You can be stronger and living better through the help of the Y.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
The U.S. Department of Transportation has issued a new rule that requires airlines to follow more rigorous standards on assisting airline passengers with disabilities. The new rule will require airlines to meet standards for safe and dignified assistance to people with disabilities, particularly those who use wheelchairs. It also mandates annual training that includes hands-on instruction for employees and contractors who physically assist passengers and handle wheelchairs. The training must be received by mid-June 2026. The rule will also require promptness when assisting passengers with disabilities. Well, we had a wintry mess this past weekend. Will we have any more of the same this week? Let's check in with Greg for the answers.
Well, the good news is we're not going to deal with any freezing rain, sleet, or really rain, too. All these systems coming this week are going to just have snow, so that's the positive. And we're actually going to get some accumulation on the ground, so the chances of maybe a white Christmas are looking a little bit more positive than it was maybe last week. So we do have light snow moving in Tuesday afternoon. Could impact the evening commute. Amounts won't be that great, but still slick spots, of course, around. And I'll kind of show you where the slick spots are probably more likely for the PM commute. This will continue through the evening and probably wrap up around midnight or just there afterwards. onwards. Should be dry and colder on Wednesday, back in the 20s. We're not expecting any precipitation for the morning commute and the evening commute on those days. Now, the precipitation won't start off really until afternoon. You'll start seeing this light snow begin to spread across the area. It'll slowly lift to the northeast, and really got to focus is this I-90 corridor west of La Crosse is where I think that is where you're going to see more of the potential for some accumulation. By the time we get to about 2 or 3 towards Rochester and west, I think that's the area to focus on for precipitation. We may see a little bit stretch this way, but I think that may hold off really until we get about 4 to 5. You'll start seeing this area just along or south of I-90. I think that's where you could pick up 1 to 2 inches in this time going through about midnight. The remaining areas throughout the evening may see some light snow expand all the way further north to Ladysmith, but I think a lot of this area we'll just see some light snow or flurries. Still could see some slick spots, but I'm really focusing from this area down to southwest Wisconsin throughout the evening hour. And then, as I mentioned, it wraps up just after midnight. So snow amounts, it kind of focuses really on that corridor right there, where you could get 1 to 2 inches, and potentially further west of the area where it's a little bit more enhanced before it weakens, maybe 2 to 4. Outside of this area, it's really less than about 1 inch. And this area could shift a little bit further north or east. So stay tuned to where this might actually focus on. But I think I-90 further south, we'll keep an eye on that. Otherwise, further north, just a light snow amount that'll probably wrap up with less than about 1 inch accumulation. But still, timing of it being in the evening commute could have some slick spots. Now, after that, we're looking fairly dry, as mentioned, through Wednesday. Then we have the next system, and this one is a little bit colder one, a little bit more punch to it as it comes through. You'll start seeing this band of light snow coming this now. It's late Wednesday. This will impact the Thursday morning commute and the evening commute potentially as it comes through the area. Now, how much is still a little bit in question, but as you know, the bulk of this seems to be staying along or north of I-90, so that we'll have to keep an eye on that. And really, the potential for 4 inches or more in a 24-hour period, it really starts increasing as you go further north. So this storm may be focused more further north, but we'll keep an eye on it because it'll continue through Thursday, and that could change. Temperatures tomorrow, just going back to tomorrow, we're looking at around freezing, which should be pretty much average. Wednesday, we're going to have colder, back to the 20s behind this system. So that's what we're looking at. Colder by Friday and Saturday, but it does look like we're going to get more mild going into Christmas week. And if you're looking all the way ahead towards Christmas, at least right now, it should be above freezing, potentially near 40. It's going to be a warmer stretch going into that week. But in the meantime, we got an opportunity to get snow on the ground, so you might just have that white Christmas.
Warmer with a chance of snow. What a great combination for Christmas.
Maybe we'll see.
Doesn't that sound lovely, everyone? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Greg. Coming up in sports, the Packers picked up an important victory to almost solidify their spot in the playoffs last night. Hear from Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love. Plus, an important matchup on the hardwood in the Dairyland Conference this evening. Highlights from that one and more up next with Jacob.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin, with 6 locations of fun.
A big thank you to the Coulee region and surrounding communities for making our food drive a success. Your support and generosity are truly inspiring, and together we've helped make a positive impact by collecting more than 2,000 pounds of food. We couldn't have done it without you.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
My name is Julie, and my son's name is Carl. Our lives are forever changed. Our family will never be the same. It's always before Carl passed away and after Carl passed away. It can happen to anyone. Anyone that is going to take an illegal drug is taking a risk. For more information and resources, please go to AmaraRoseFoundation.org.
Founded on hard work, dedication, respect, and integrity, we at Maxwell White understand the importance of home comfort. Maxwell White strives to provide our customers with a positive experience every time. Maxwell White, plumbing done right.
Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, the reigning Dairyland Conference Small Division champions Cochrane Fountain City already have as many losses this year as all of last year, but it was a good chance to right the ship tonight against the league leaders Eau Claire Emmanuel Lutheran. EC Emmanuel traveling down to Cochrane Fountain City for a high-flying affair. Macy Hunger picks up a rebound right here and lays it in for the easy basket. Then Mackenzie Wenger whips the ball inside to a cutting Cecilia Dittrich. She powers to the rack. And later it's Dittrich to Kaylee Camaro, finishing through contact with the and one to go up by 2 with 3 minutes in the first half. Huge steal here from Wenger. Finds Camaro in transition for the lay-in. Camaro led the team with 15 points on the night. Then some great team passing leads to a corner 3 from Wenger, and splash. She had 14 points on the evening. Pirates pick up a good win, 50-37. Now over the border to Spring Grove as the Lions taking on Houston. Houston would keep it close early. Avery Kingsley is going to sling it from beyond the arc and connect on the triple. Then coming up here off the steal, Olivia Yohe finds Aubrey Bolt down low to finish off the job and keep the Hurricanes up by 3. But then the Lions started to pull away. Siri Conkle lobs it up to where Kylie Hamill can get it, and she cases it off the glass for the easy 2. Then it's Conkle's turn, going on a scoring frenzy of her own, which would lead the Lions to come out on top of this fight. 67-39, the final there. Now let's get over to the Panther Den here for some hockey action. Cooley Region Cyclones hosting Viroqua. First half, home side already up 1-0, looking for more, but 80 Oliver collects a shot attempt. Second half now, Cyclones back on the attack, and Gianna Sanchez shows off the good stick work and doubles her side's lead. And Diana Hansen was strong in net for the Cyclone Region side as she stonewalls that shot right there. And the hosts on the attack again in the second period. Brooke Borgenhagen shoots it from distance and scores. Cyclones pick up their second win of the season, taking this one over the Blackhawks 4-0. In a battle of two teams with hopes of making the NFC playoffs, the Packers controlled much of the game against the Seahawks, including a dominant first quarter to take that boisterous 12th man out of the game early. The Green Bay defense was fantastic, generating 2 interceptions, 7 sacks, and they held Seattle to their lowest total yardage output in a game this season. Offensively, Jordan Love was efficient yet again with 20 completions for 229 and 2 scores, and maybe most importantly, no interceptions. And while the passing game was working well at times, it was the rushing game that really opened up the pass as Josh Jacobs ran 26 times for 94 yards and a score. And the Packers quarterback and head coach both know how important that element of the offense is.
I just felt like we were getting good movement up front, and so I just kept leaning on the run game, and Josh was running hard and getting downhill, and so just kept feeding him the ball.
Whenever you're running the ball well, the next stop is the defense going to try and figure out a way to take that away, and they might load the box more, do things like that. So anytime you can run the ball, I think it just helps set up play action too, and set up some more stuff down the field.
And the Vikings just wrapped up their Monday Night Football contest against the Chicago Bears. Minnesota entered the half up 13-0. Sam Darnold had a touchdown throw and an interception through the air. Aaron Jones, 86 yards on the ground and a score. So Vikings going to the playoffs. You're looking at a couple people in the playoffs for fantasy football as well.
And also in the News 8 Pick'em. Yeah. I think we all picked Minnesota to win tonight, didn't we?
So that wasn't too crazy.
That wasn't too crazy. Go us though. Yeah. All right, we'll have more news right after this.
Hurry into Shopko Optical before your vision benefits expire. Our professional team will walk you through your options, and together, we will maximize your benefits on exams, frames, contact lenses, and more. Your personalized eye care awaits. Visit Shopko Optical today.
It's so cold. I guess I should have called G&T Heating before the furnace went bad. Quite silly, really, with all the things that can go bad with a furnace. Plug vent, rust buildup, dirty flame sensor, the filter. Should have called G&T sooner. My fingers are freezing. They're numb. Oh, take my extra pair of gloves. Extra gloves?
Does Random Starship Mortgage sponsor your kids' t-ball team? I doubt it.
Firefighters Credit Union is a strong, reliable lender that has been a proud member of the community for nearly a century. Trust Firefighters Credit Union for your next home loan. Call Matt or Troy today.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
It's Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Christmas sale, and we're spreading holiday cheer with unbeatable deals on festive favorites and unique gifts for all the originals on your list. Like collectible popcorn tins, just $5.99. This new DeWalt cordless snow shovel, $129.99 for rewards members. For those who love their vehicles, assorted automotive interior accessories, buy two, get one free. Plus, buy online and pick up in our convenient drive-thru. For holiday hosting, gift giving, and memory making, we have what you need for less. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
The holidays and Chevy Silverado and off-road adventure and towing with confidence and tech you can count on. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet. Find your red tag and use your red tag bonus cash to get $5,750 total cash allowance on this Silverado. Visit HometownChevy.com.
Your eyewear should be as individual as you. With Shopko Optical's extensive selection of frames and lenses, our optometrists will learn about you and help you customize the right choice for your lifestyle. Visit Shopko Optical and find your new signature style today.
Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
We're now going to send it back to Ken Kazarowski, who's live in Madison, who's been covering the tragic school shooting there with more coverage. Ken, what are the new updates?
Yeah, Emily, we still don't know the motive of the 15-year-old shooter, Natalie Rupnow, but we wanted to share one of the prevailing messages that have come out of all the media briefings from the Madison Police Chief, state DOJ officials, and other local officials, even some here from Abundant Life Christian School. That prevailing idea is that the community that supports each other can thrive, and these kind of instances can be prevented if we're all vigilant in looking out for one another. So some of those messages, if you see something, say something. If you know someone is struggling that's close to you, or if you yourself is struggling, there are resources to help, including calling 988 or talking to someone close to you in your life and getting that help. So Emily, back to you.
A good sentiment indeed on this ongoing issue. Thank you, Ken, and we will of course keep you up to date with the very latest as new developments unfold. We'll be right back right after this.
One of the things that I found very helpful was with the education that Tom provided me to help me understand the role that each unit played in helping to maintain good water quality.
At Taco John's, we believe a better Taco Tuesday starts with better tacos. That means using 100% North American beef, cooking shells in-house daily, and a deal that makes you say, how are these only $1.29? Taco Tuesday is every Tuesday at Taco John's.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event. Time for exclusive offers on your favorite Ford SUVs, including Escape, Bronco Sport, and Explorer. Get holiday ready with all-weather features that make life easier, like heated seating, a heated steering wheel, and remote start. Great deals on your favorite Ford SUVs. That's how you get holiday ready. Now get 1.9% financing for 66 months plus up to $4,500 in total cash on a 2024 Ford Escape. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
No matter where I seat my guests, they seem to like the kitchen best. A kitchen's the heart of the home. It should be warm and welcoming. It should be attractive and functional. But it can be a real challenge unless you come here where you can meet with a designer, find all of the products that you need, and trust the project to our carpenters, plumbers, and electricians. For kitchens, bathrooms, and other home improvements, put your trust in the Board Store Home Improvements. Contact us today.
Radon is a radioactive gas you can't see or smell, but it's the second leading cause of lung cancer in America. It can seep up from the ground and into your home, and as many as 1 in 3 homes can have dangerous levels, especially in basements, where many of us have bedrooms and playrooms. Call American Water Works for an expert radon solution. We'll get radon out to help protect your family and your home's value. Don't wait. Breathe healthier today. Call the radon experts at American Water Works.
Papa Murphy's new cheesy stuffed crust pizza.
Made fresh by us, baked fresh by you. It's the hottest, meltiest stuffed crust pizza you'll ever have. Starting at $13.99.
One of the things that I found very helpful was with the education that Tom provided me to help me understand the role that each unit played in helping to maintain good water quality.
Snow tomorrow.
Okay, that does it for us at 10. We'll see you tomorrow.